Khabib Nurmagomedov in a recent interview spoke on potentially fighting Tony Ferguson. He said he lost interest in it after what Justin Gaethje was able to do to him. Speaking on Match TV, he went on to say if he comes back and defeats a top fighter, the interest for our fight will stay. But me personally, I'm not interested in it. After what Gaethje did to him, I lost my interest for him as a competitive opponent. Khamzat Chimaev recently called out both of the Diaz brothers. He posted this on his Twitter saying, "Inshallah, if I defeat my next opponent, Dana White please I can fight Maia, Nate Diaz and Nick Diaz back to back same night or every week. Easiest money welterweight division." Ben Askren recently posted this on his Twitter saying, "MMA is kinda boring right now." Madness MMA reposted Ben's tweet on their Instagram, and it looks like Conor McGregor agreed and liked the post. Dana White, the Dana White's Contender Series post-fight press conference, spoke on Nick Diaz's return to the UFC. He also spoke on why he booked Khamzat Chimaev 2 fights.
Listen, the Nick Diaz thing, first of all, we would have never released that or done that. You know, we'll see how this thing plays out. I don't have any expectations whatsoever. We'll see what happens. Yeah, there's been talking, but there's been talking for years. Yeah, the thing is, the guy wants to keep fighting. He wants all these fights back to back. It's no disrespect to his opponent. He's either going to win or lose. That has nothing to do with us. That's up to them. But to do that, for him to really fight 2 fights in a row, you have to book him. And for a guy like him, I would never do that for somebody else. I'd be like, relax. Let's see if you get through this fight. But what I've seen from him, I'm willing to do that with him. It's fascinating. You know, never really had anybody that's doing anything like he is right now. So I could see why you would say, don't you think this is disrespectful, booking a fight for him when he's got a fight? But that's how you have to do it. It's interesting. I like it, and I've never had a guy like this, so it's fun. I'll play this game with him. You know, I after what I saw in his first 2 fights, about real guys, man. He didn't fight chumps. This isn't a guy that's blew through a couple of setup fights. He beat real people, man, and I'm gonna see how it plays out.
Yeah, baby. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. It's the video. Take a picture. Yeah. Okay. That's $5 a picture though. $5. That makes 25. That 10's cool.
Angela Hill on Sirius XM speaks on an upcoming fight against Michelle Waterson.
I think a few years ago it would have been more competitive, but I really feel like this is a fight that I can dominate now, especially after my last performance, after getting a bunch of wins just to build my confidence. A lot of times I was missing that. I was missing that confidence in my skills just because I got thrown to the deep end so early in my career. So I came in with a ton of confidence with 1 fight in the UFC or 1 fight in MMA. Then I got beaten by a couple of good opponents and I started second-guessing myself and started hesitating. So with that 3-fight win streak, feels like a 6-fight win streak, I keep saying, because a couple of those were just close decisions that I felt should have gone my way. With that streak going, I really feel confident in what I've been doing, how I've been improving. I feel confident in my ground game. I think that was the only thing that made me nervous about fighting Michelle early on. And now I feel like I'm just stronger on the ground. I feel like my defense is a lot better. And the only thing she really has for me is a couple push kicks and running away. So I really like this matchup. I always wanted this matchup, and now I just feel even more prepared than I've ever been for a fighter of her caliber. Her biggest danger is her ability to go to the scorecards and convince the judges that she won the fight. And it sucks because this is my biggest weakness right now, you know? Like, I have 3 fights on my record where if you look at MMA decisions, most people thought I won, but then the judges scored it for the other people. So it's like, I have an issue with throwing volume. I have to throw volume against her. I have to connect hard. I have to stay in the pocket and not let her get away, cut her off, you know, just I have to be more aggressive. And I think if I was a little bit more aggressive in the Gadelha fight, it would have gone my way. So that's what I'm determined to do. I'm determined to push the pace. I'm determined to just empty out my gas tank and really not allow her to outpoint me. You know, that's her bread and butter is point fighting. And my bread and butter is hitting people hard. So I have to do something where I'm doing both.
My name is Michelle Waterson, the Karate Hottie, and this is how I mix my body armor.
Go ahead and switch it with that. Say
And Ray Long on the Anik and Florian podcast gives his thoughts on Alistair Overeem's win over Augusto Sakai.
Man, I'll tell you what, I'm always impressed with the guys that have been around for 20 years that are, you know, getting a little older when they can get a win like that. Look, he was, you know, it was just experience versus inexperience to me. He was relaxed, you know, even when he was shelling up, I don't think he was ever in any danger. And man, hats off to Overeem, man. He found like a second wind, and he's definitely got the power and the technical skills to get anybody out of there at any given point in time. And I thought it was a great fight for Overeem.
What? What'd you say? You getting smart there?